20-inch wheel, 134 volt, 4.5 kilowatt hour motor, plus a 4,800 watt hour battery pack. The Master Pro is everything I had always wanted with an electric unicycle. And this week, I'm going to ride it, oh my god, and give you my first impression of what I think of the biggest electric unicycle ever built. All the while visiting my friend Adam and the guys at eevee. The summer of EUC road trip continues, and we're taking the show to Vancouver, Canada. Are you ready? Roll the intro. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and help spread the uni gospel. Did I ever mention how I hated driving? Well, I do. However, when I found myself in Seattle for work, knowing that my friend Adam of Wrong Way had just recently moved to Vancouver, which is only a 3-hour drive north of here, and I figure I really ought to just suck it up and make the trip. Not to mention that there are certain allures towards driving through the beautiful pine-studded mountain range of the Pacific Northwest. I also happen to be chancing upon the reopening of the Canadian border after the lengthy COVID lockdown that we have had for the last 2 years. So all of the testing, vaccinations, and pre-registration requirement no longer apply as of a week ago. So hopefully all I would need is a passport. Hello.
You fly in?
Yeah, flew into Seattle for work. Thank you. Well, that was pretty easy. The sign says, Canada, the best place on earth. We're getting closer. You can see Vancouver. Very exciting. But I'm not going to lie. The real reason I'm visiting Vancouver is that the new EUC shop, eevee, based here in Vancouver, with Jack's help, has just been absolutely knocking it out of the park when it comes to getting the latest wheel before anyone else did. As a matter of fact, I think Adam has been working with them, and they just recently unboxed a Master Pro, and they have a Sherman S incoming shortly as well. And I very much hoping that I'll get the chance to ride some of the new wheels, and also having the opportunity to visit an actual retail store for electric unicycle is something that I've never done before. Here we go. How's it going?
Man? How's it going?
Welcome. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm sorry, your name is?
Bradley.
Bradley, John, and your? Kate. Kate. I'm sorry, you have to be Kate number 2 now. No. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing alright. I'm excited to finally meet you guys. You know I don't really care about you guys. I'm here to gawk at all your wheels. Look at this craziness. I am really jealous of all the wheels they got. And what does one do in the presence of the ultimate electric unicycle heaven? Immediately start hugging every new wheel I can get my grubby hands on, of course. Eventually, the nice folks at eevee's realized it's probably best to send me on an impromptu group ride, so I stopped drooling on the merchandise. Alright, off we go on a tour of Vancouver. And that was how I was able to talk my way into some quality time with the Master Pro. And when I say that the Master Pro was everything I wanted, I really meant it. I am a self-confessed speed addict and had consistently pushed every single wheel ever got to ride to their very limit. And although the latest generation of 134 volt Begode wheels has more than enough power to push into 50 miles per hour and perhaps even 60, stability for electric unicycle at that kind of speed has always been a bit of an issue. And that is where the 22-inch wheels come in. A larger diameter wheel translates directly to more gyroscopic stability, especially at speed. And it's the reason why I love riding my Monster V3 as much as I do. Since I tend to carry a big ass camera when I ride, it's really helpful to have the added assurance of having just that bit more stability as compared to riding, let's say, a 19-inch wheel. But that additional stability also comes at a price. With more weight and mass further out from the axle and the motor, it also takes more power to drive a larger wheel. Think of a motor driving a wheel like you trying to open a door by pushing on the hinge end of the door. As the door gets wider, i.e. a larger wheel, it gets harder and harder for you to open this door. Comparing with smaller diameter wheels, it takes a lot more motor power in order to generate the same amount of torque on the business end of where the rubber meets the road. This is why my 100-volt Monster is actually slower than the similarly powered 19-inch MSX, and also why the 10-inch M104 has a lot more torque even compared with models carrying much more powerful motors. Which is also why the very first thing I want to know about the Master Pro is that with its 134-volt, 4,500-watt motor, if it will be able to provide as much torque and responsiveness as compared to the 19-inch Master. But first, let's take a look at this monster of a wheel. The Master Pro is the largest electric unicycle ever built. The proportion looks a little bit weird since it's basically a Master that has been stretched in all dimensions to accommodate a larger tire and a significantly larger 4,800 watt-hour battery pack, which is also the biggest ever fitted to a production wheel that you can actually buy, almost doubling the capacity of its smaller cousin, the original Master. But it's likely that you will need all that battery capacity since with greater tire weight as well as a high output 134 volt electrical system, this wheel will likely consume a lot more current as compared to anything else on the market. The Chengxing tire is the same one as was used on the original Monster V3, which I had loved so much, and it looked huge on that wheel, but here, given the significantly larger proportion of the Master Pro, it actually looks slightly undersized. Same could be said about this upper seat, which has been reshaped to fit this wheel, however, still feels a little bit small, and the trolley handle is the same as the one on the Master, and it's definitely way undersized given the weight of this wheel. As a matter of fact, when I push it around, it feels almost like I would break it just from having to offset the weight of this wheel. My initial impression is that it is heavy as expected, and you not so much ride this wheel as wrestle with it. A challenge made worse with, once again, the terrible factory pad setup, which I would immediately toss and install my personal aftermarket pads if I can. I do feel significantly more power than the Monster, and it seems to match the performance of the original Master. But because of its weight, you'll have to lean a lot harder to access the same level of acceleration and braking. The pedals are super tall, even higher than the already tall pedals on the Master, which make mounting and riding a slightly tricky proposition. The suspension system feels like it was taken directly from the Master part bins, which is to say that it is serviceable but having a bit of a tough time holding up under the significantly greater weight of the Master Pro. It can still soak up some bumps and take you down a set of stairs, but it will buttons out constantly on any drop taller than an average curve. Something that we notice even after pumping it up to 450 psi and set it at its stiffest setting. It is top heavy and not terribly maneuverable, but you probably had already guessed that. It is sufficiently stable to ride full blast through grass fields, but any off-road trails twistier and trickier than that, it's probably not going to be fun on the Master Pro. It does have a surprising amount of torque thanks to its 134 volt system and the high torque motor, and so could do surprisingly well in a hill climb. But again, it's pretty clear that off-road riding isn't what this wheel is designed for. But what it is great at is long distance ride and comfort. With that 22-inch wheel, you will road ride over bumps, cracks, potholes that may be hazardous to smaller wheel. And the weight and momentum of this wheel also translate to higher cruise speed. Once you get up to 30 to 40 miles per hour, it takes very little effort to keep it there. The Master Pro is the Crown Victoria limo of electric unicycle, and if you enjoy long distance cruise, this is probably your best option right now. But there are some pretty significant problems. Stock tires aren't that great on dirt and sand, since I had it slip on me a few times, although the sand tire performed well on the original Monster. But the greater amount of weight of the Master Pro really does seem to require a different choice. And let's start with the elephant in the room, and that is, of course, its weight and geometry. And aside from the inconvenience of dealing with a wheel this large and heavy, yes, it is next to impossible to carry it any distance, but with that huge tire, there are ways of dealing with stairs at least. But what I'm more concerned with are the adverse issue with how this wheel rides because of how it was balanced. Based on my initial experience, which consists of 2 full days of riding this wheel, the Master Pro, as of its current setup, feels a bit sketchy at speed and in corners. I was able to get it up to 40 miles per hour easily, but it lacked the same sense of stability. The problem is that the wheel geometry is no good. Like, when I was riding, it totally feel like if I just shift it just a little bit, it's going to just tip and go down. Again, it may partly due to me not having fully acclimated to it, but I have also ridden plenty of other wheels under similar conditions, and the problem felt a little bit different. The gyroscopic spinning force of a large electric unicycle wheel provides a significant amount of stability, especially at speed, but the core of that stability center around the axle of the wheel. And my own speculations are that the closer the center of the wheel mass is to the axle vertically, the more stability you have. And since the center of mass on the Master Pro is so much higher than any other wheel because of its larger and taller battery pack, that is also the reason why it feels tippy and unstable at speed. Interesting experience visiting Vancouver. And there you have it. I certainly hope that I'll get the opportunity to do a full-on review on this incredible envelope redefining wheel, and shoutouts to eevees for being such an awesome host and lending me the wheels. So what do you think? Is the Master Pro the future of EUCs, or everything that is wrong with the market? Well, the comment section is there for you. You know what? Aha! I somehow managed to trick you into wasting another 15 minutes of your life, but I hope you enjoyed it. Shout out to my supporter on Patreon. Please check out the link in the video description below if you enjoy and like to support my work. And as always, as much as we all love electric unicycle, the only way for us to get better wheels is to grow as a community. So tell your friend, teach them how to ride, and get them hooked. Until the next video, thank you.
Music make you lose control. Work your body to the beat. Body work will set your
So we're on our way to do the one chip challenge. Yeah. I was told this was a thing and I have to do it. Woo! So
you crazy bastard, Sean.
Exactly.
Now?
No. Well, I just want to get everybody have a... Where's Kate?
She said she was going to go in and grab something to eat. So let's look at this warning label here, which looks very scary.
Inside, one
do not eat if you are sensitive to spicy food. What? That's a dumb thing.
I'm not
allergic
good
to pepper. Nightshades. Are pregnant. Anyone pregnant here? Are you sure? You didn't just
100%.
happen to trip and got pregnant?
You read it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get medical assistance once
I think we should make like a hand sign. If I make like a 3, that means I'm about to die, so call the hospital.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll wait until the other camera's on. But
No, it should be like this. If I was doing this, then call the freaking ambulance.
for your viewers, we're gonna have a couple rules. We're gonna ride along. Last to drink wins, of course, right? Honorable rules, but also if you feel like you can't safely ride anymore, you're gonna stop. The cavalcade will continue, and we'll probably roll back past your spot.
Really?
Garbage.
That's the chip. That's it. I hope this is just right, because if this is like not really that spicy, I also would be
It's going to be
disappointed.
very spicy.
Wait, does it have ghost pepper in it? Because that kills.
No, hotter than ghost pepper.
Wait, seriously?
It's got Carolina Reaper and something else insane on it, like scorpion pepper or something.
So this is made out of a hot pepper that is even spicier than the ghost pepper, which has been known to send people to the hospital. Does my insurance actually cover me here in Canada? I'm not quite sure. This may not be a smart move. All right, we're like T-minus 10 seconds from eating this chip and burning my head off. So we'll see how dumb of an idea this is gonna turn out to be.
Ready?
Nope.
No.
Not really, not at all.
Nobody's ready.
This is probably not a smart thing.
Yeah,
But
don't try this at home, people. Everyone consume all of them at once. He hasn't even eaten the chip. Oh, he's eating a quarter of it.
Take those gloves off.
man, they really layered it on.
I'm honestly impressed that you guys are all back now.
It's gonna get you. I can feel it coming up. Oh my god.
Monica looks pretty calm. Or is she going crazy inside? We just can't see it.
I can feel my tongue just burning. This is definitely
Oh god.
eating is usually supposed to be a enjoyable experience. This is not. I'm having a hard time talking because it's that hot. This is definitely the hottest thing I have ever put in my mouth. I can't feel my tongue. I'm drinking my own tear to try to lessen the pain. Oh my god. This is so much pain all inside my mouth. Every part of it. Oh, I'm starting to shake. I'm crying. Oh, this is terrible. I'm hyperventilating. Oh. 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 It's coming out of my nose uncontrollably.
Talk about it, or want to keep riding?
Oh, this is the worst thing I have ever eaten.
We're eating a spicy chip. We're not just crazy. It's everyone. Kate says it's getting more manageable. I'm disagreeing.
I think it gets more manageable.
I'm not in a manageable state. I don't know if I left it in my mouth too long.
I think I'm a little bit high from the
Definitely feel
endorphin.
Like
Sean, thank you so much for coming to Vancouver.
Thank you for abusing my palate and making my mouth and my stomach
Yeah.
and no doubt
Yeah.
my rear end terrible
Yeah.
in times to come. Yeah, I probably look pretty goddamn terrible right now.
You have some snot rolling down your nose.
I know.
Here, let me give you a tissue.
Oh my god. I kind of just gave up since I had snot just running down my face this whole time. Oh my god.
So proud of us.
I gotta thank you guys again, the awesome guys at eevee, who not only allow me to ride and abuse their wheel, but fed me a spicy chip that probably took years off of my lifespan.
I'm not allowed for an hour.
Oh my god.
Why did I make that bet?